What's your view on the Smith report? Does this go far enough when it comes to devolving powers to Scotland?
Well, first of all, I have to say that, of course, we always welcome additional powers coming to the Scottish Parliament. We're in favour of all the powers coming to the Scottish Parliament. We're in favour of independence, of course, but we very much welcome what's coming. But I have to say that really the report by the Smith Commission is extremely disappointing. We were promised, people of Scotland were promised before the referendum on independence, that effectively they would get maximum devolution, to quote Gordon Brown. The coalition parties in the UK government said that we would get as close to federalism as possible within the UK. And now we've got a proposal which is frankly very, very weak. If the Smith Commission proposals are absolutely put through in full, then Scotland will end up still with a situation where 70% of taxation powers are still reserved to Westminster and 85% of welfare powers are still reserved to Westminster. That's not a powerhouse parliament in anybody's view.
What would be your views of the impact of Scottish devolution on devolved structures already existing in other parts of the UK?
Well, clearly the frankly awakening of political debate in Scotland that took place during the referendum and the resulting promise of more powers has awakened other people within the UK, certainly in Wales, Northern Ireland, and I think for the first time now people in England are beginning to look at the structures within the UK and say that they want more power devolved to their own local regions. They want to take control of their own affairs, and I think that's a good thing. I think the debate is long overdue in other parts of the UK. It's very advanced in Scotland, but certainly in other parts of the UK it's been very, very weak. And I think the fact that the people in England, Wales and Northern Ireland are waking up to the possibilities of devolution and controlling their own affairs locally, I think is a good thing.
Okay. Scottish devolution and the whole independence debate seems to have a strong basis in the idea of promoting and maintaining Scottish identity. Do you believe that local identity is providing a main driving force behind the continued popularity of the debate?
No, I think actually we've been very careful and very clear that we're not interested in identity politics. The Scottish National Party is a nationalist party, but it's not a party of the right or the far right. It's a party of the civil democracy. It's a social democratic party that believes in the power of the people. Effectively, what we believe in is that the best people to take decisions about the future of Scotland are the people who live and work there. Our politics are not based on identity, on blood, on race, on religion. It's not based on language. It's based on the idea that the people of Scotland, no matter where you come from, no matter what your views are politically or in terms of your belief structure, these people who live there are the best people to make decisions about Scotland. So it's not about race, religion, identity, or the fact that you happen to speak a particular language. It's about whether or not you're committed to staying, living, working and contributing to Scotland. So we're not interested in identity politics, we're interested in people who want to be contributors to Scotland, and I think that's the important thing.
Okay, and just to round up, do you believe that the continued political interest sparked by the referendum will continue throughout new debates on Scotland and the UK as a whole?
Well, I think absolutely. What we have seen is a complete flowering of democratic debate and political structures in Scotland in a way that people frankly thought was long gone. I've been in politics now for several decades, and the fact is that I've never seen anything like it. All across Scotland over the last 2 years we've seen people engage in a way that's just unimaginable, I think, across most countries in Europe. We've seen town hall meetings where it used to be the case that if you called a meeting in a local town, you would get half a dozen people. Now you get 200, 300, 500, 600 people turning up to local meetings. People are joining political parties, people are joining in political movements, people are demanding to be part of the decision-making process. The Scottish National Party, on the day of the referendum on independence, had just under 25,000 members. As of today, we have almost 100,000 members of the Scottish National Party. We've quadrupled in size. People are engaged, they're excited, but they want to be part of the decision-making process. They want their voice to be heard. It's not just through the political process, but through lots of other movements and groups and lobby groups. People are very keen to be involved and be part of the process, and I think that's a fantastic thing to see. I think many other countries across Europe are looking at Scotland and trying to see how they can possibly replicate some of that excitement and that involvement of their populations in their political processes, because one of the things that I think we all share is the concern that people were no longer involved in politics. They were disengaging from the political process, and that's dangerous for politics and democracy. In Scotland, that's no longer the case. We have an excited and engaged population, and I hope that carries on for many years to come.
Fantastic, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks a lot for that.
Thanks, cheers.